what's your take? Let's start pie in the sky. What's your take on AI in the HR and TA tech world? And then
Yeah,
we'll dial it down.
yeah, sure. So I think it's always good to get a bit of context and give a little bit of a history lesson, not too much, but a little bit. So when I was at Career Builder, we were actually trying to convince people not to advertise your jobs in newspapers and try this thing called the internet.
What a concept!
I know it's crazy, right?
You're like the oracle, man. You have like a
Yeah,
crystal ball, of the future.
we had the future, and then so the next phase for me was I was trying to convince these staffing and recruiting firms to use technology instead of paper and pen
Mm.
to write down what their candidates are doing, who
Type
their
it
people are.
in,
And that
in
that,
type
that, that was
computer.
called SAS. Yeah, that was called
Yeah.
SAS. So now this wave, believe it or not,
Great context. Great story time with Marcus here. This is good.
yeah, it's kind of the same thing. We are all going to be using AI. I think the challenge at the moment is we're seeing all these AI tools, right? And I am terrible. I'm like the worst in the world. And my wife will tell you, is putting stuff together. Like my dad's the best. He's a carpenter. So like if we're talking about you buy something from IKEA,
Oh,
he,
so you're not the one who's going to come and put the IKEA together. See, I'm
no,
the opposite. I'm really good at building.
uh,
I'm a Lego master, so that kind of comes naturally. I mean, I'm not like a carpenter per se, but I'm good at putting stuff together if you give me
all right.
instructions.
Yeah. So, and my dad's a kitchen fitter. So he
Yeah,
fits like kitchen.
right.
So there's an expectation that I was going to be like that. And my point is, imagine giving me these tools, all of these tools, and I don't know how to put stuff together. That's where we are with AI right now. Everyone's got all these
It's
tools.
shiny objects, right? It's shiny object syndrome. Like,
Yeah,
we're seeing it too, where these companies are spending because they feel like they have to on these tools, but they don't necessarily need them, and B, they don't have the training or the folks who know how to use them the right way. It's like you could toss me a Ferrari, but I have no idea how to drive manual.
exactly, right. And 100% correct. So what I see happening, there's two things. The adoption needs to take place with AI for meaningful problems, not just creating regurgitated content, right? Because there's much better people in the world that create content,
Like Joel.
and we don't like Joel, for instance, and Danielle, and maybe some other. Oh, and you.
Thank
So
you.
like like this group. So I think that what we're going to see, you're going to hear agents come up a lot, and we're betting on the agent piece. I think we're going to move from AI tools to AI teams.
Let's take a quick pause there because I think we're saying some terms that some folks may not be familiar with when we talk about agents. When we talk about AI agents, break it down for us.
Yeah, so if where everybody always talks about AI tools, imagine that you now have an AI that has a tool itself. So it's
So
just
it's
a simple.
enabling your own robot, basically. A task
You're
rabbit. Yeah.
yeah, but you provide it with context and access. So maybe it has access to your calendar, maybe it has access to a phone, maybe it has access to the prospects that you want to reach out to,
Hmm.
and you give it a purpose. So there's a start and an end of what you want it
Right.
to deliver.
It's not an infinite loop of just problem solving, and it has an end goal, whether it be
Yeah,
establish a contact, run a recruitment ops process, do a follow up process. So you're setting it as it's an automated system, so to speak, but with intelligence and maneuverability, adaptability, reasoning.
yeah. I'll give you 5 use cases right now. So it might be
Make it
contact.
6.
Yeah, you want 7?
No,
It
5
might be
is fine.
contact. All right, I was going to do 6. This is what we were doing on the bus. This is where we went on the
Yeah.
bus. I remember that.
Yeah.
Content validation, candidate enrichment, getting salary insights, interview scheduling, general interview scheduling, recruitment strategy, an application follow up. That was, I think, yeah, that was 7. So
Right.
um,
It's a 3 like
these are all
sourcing, scheduling,
tasks.
screening, right? When it comes to recruiting, sourcing, scheduling,
Yeah,
screening, and
I love it.
outreach. Yeah.
100% love it. But there's tasks within that
Mhm.
dependent on the type of recruitment that you're doing, right? If you're doing exec search, different to if you're doing contact.
Versus high volume, right? Of course.